The first report wasn't dramatic. It was clinical. A dermatologist in Manchester documented an unusual scar on a 29-year-old patient. Thin, crescent-shaped, about 3 centimeters long, pale but fully healed. It sat just behind the left ear. Too clean to be accidental, too shallow to be surgical. The patient had no memory of receiving it. No stitches, no infection, no pain. She thought it was a birthmark. It wasn't. 2 months later, a nearly identical case appeared in Sao Paulo. Same shape, same size, same location. The doctor photographed it. When the image was posted to a private medical forum, a third physician replied from Toronto, "I've seen this." He attached a photo. Identical. That was the first pattern. Pattern 1, the placement. The scar always appeared behind the left ear. Never the right. Never anywhere else. Always angled slightly downward, like a crescent moon tipping toward the jawline. Patients reported discovering it accidentally, brushing hair aside, adjusting glasses, catching a glimpse in a mirror. None remembered the wound. None remembered pain. Medical scans showed no underlying trauma, no surgical residue, no nerve damage, just healed tissue. Clean, precise, as if it had always been there. Pattern 2, the timing. Every documented case surfaced within 48 hours of the person reporting a vivid dream. The dream was consistent. A narrow hallway, fluorescent lights flickering overhead, a low mechanical hum, steady, rhythmic. At the end of the hallway, a closed door with no handle. The dreamers never reached the door. They always woke up just before touching it. And within 2 days, someone noticed a scar. When researchers compared timelines, they found something else. The dreams were happening on the same nights, across time zones, across continents. Pattern 3, the connection. Most of the individuals had no prior link, different ages, different professions, no shared online communities. But when investigators mapped their locations, a subtle geometry emerged. If you connected the cities on a global map, the lines formed overlapping arcs, crescent shapes mirroring the scar itself. That was when people began calling it the shared scar. The term spread quietly through niche forums and encrypted groups. Photos surfaced, then dozens, then hundreds, always the same. And then something changed. The first deviation. A woman in Seoul reported a second scar, parallel to the first, slightly fainter, appearing 2 weeks later. She also reported something new in the dream. The hallway felt shorter. The lights flickered less. The hum grew louder. And for the first time, the door was slightly open. Not wide, just enough to see darkness beyond. After her case went public, others began checking. Several people discovered faint marks forming beside the original scar, like impressions beneath the skin. Waiting. The medical explanation. There isn't one. No environmental factor links the cities. No chemical exposure. No shared medication. Blood work is normal. Imaging shows nothing beneath the tissue. The scars are superficial, but perfectly healed. Biopsies reveal mature scar tissue, as if the wound occurred years ago. Yet no earlier photographs show it. It simply appears. Already finished. The interview. One participant agreed to document the experience publicly. He set up a camera in his bedroom, recorded himself sleeping. The footage shows nothing unusual. Until 3:12 a.m., he stops moving. Not restlessness, not paralysis. Stillness for exactly 4 minutes. The room's ambient sound drops, almost as if the microphone stopped working. At 3:16, he inhales sharply and rolls over. The next morning, he discovers a second scar. Reviewing the footage frame by frame, investigators notice something subtle. 4 frames. The bedroom door is slightly open. In the recording, it had been closed. The inevitability. The number of cases is increasing. Quietly, steadily. No panic, no headlines, just documentation. What unsettles researchers most is a progression. Each wave of new cases follows a predictable interval, roughly every 6 weeks. Each time, more people report the hallway dream. Each time, the door opens slightly wider, and each time more second scars appear. There are now confirmed reports of a third, the most disturbing detail. When participants are asked to describe a hallway independently, they give nearly identical measurements. Width, height, distance to the door. Even the hum's pitch is consistent. Audio engineers recreated the frequency based on descriptions. It registers at 432 hertz. Low, resonant, persistent. When played during sleep studies, participants without scars reported unusual dreams. A hallway, fluorescent lights, a door at the end. The question no one wants to ask: what happens when the door fully opens? Some theorize a shared neurological event, a collective subconscious imprint, a stress-induced dermatological phenomenon. But none of those explain the geometry, or the timing, or the fact that new cases are often geographically positioned between previous ones, as if filling in a pattern, like someone drawing a shape across the planet, one crescent at a time. The latest report. Last week, a case emerged from a small town in Iceland. The individual had never heard of the shared scar, no online presence, no medical forum involvement. He went to a local clinic for a routine check. The nurse noticed the mark, asked about surgery. He said no. That night, he dreamed the hallway. For the first time, he reached the door. He didn't open it. He said it opened itself, just a little wider. And from inside, there was light, not bright, not blinding, just enough to reveal something mounted on the wall opposite the entrance. A mirror. When he described it, his voice shook, because in the reflection, the hallway wasn't empty. It was full of people, standing shoulder to shoulder, all facing the door, all with identical scars. Final frame. If you feel behind your left ear right now, you'll probably find nothing. Most people do, but the pattern is accelerating. The interval is shortening. And tonight, across time zones, people will dream the same hallway again. If you wake up tomorrow and notice a faint crescent beneath your hairline, you won't remember how it happened. You'll just know the door is opening, and it's almost your turn to stand inside the reflection.